Still happy? Okay. So today we will have some talk or some talk show. We will have some guests and we will discuss about the hospitality industry. Yeah. So um, who want to work in the cruise ship? Okay. Donny? All right. So I think everybody wants to work on the cruise ship. I want to know why all of you want to work on the cruise ship. I will start from Mr. Halim. Why do you want to work on the cruise ship?
Only, sir,
Yes.
I want to work on the cruise ship. I want to get the big salary, and also I want to get the big career and experience.
Okay.
Also, I want to explore the world.
Wow, that's excellent. I hope that your dreams will come true. And next, I will ask Ilham, what is your motivation to work on the cruise ship?
Because I want to explore the world,
Okay.
and I want to big salary,
Oh, you want to have big salaries.
and I want to improve my skill.
Okay, you want to improve your skills, especially English skill and also your skill knowledge about hotel. My question is, if let's say you finally work on the cruise ship and then you get a lot of money, what will you do with that a lot of money?
Because
Buying the house. Where will you plan to buy the house? In Bandung or maybe in Bandung, yeah? Okay, so that's great. I hope that your dreams will come true as well. I will ask one more person. Well, Mr. Akbar, what is your motivation to work on the cruise ship?
motivation was to work this line. House family and
Yes.
sorry.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I got your points that you really want to work on the cruise ship because you want to improve your experience and also you want to uh, improve your family financial and of course to support the family, right? So you can send maybe your daughter to a good school and makes your lovely wife happy. Is that right? Okay, so I believe that all of you have your own reason to work on the cruise ship. Some of you would like to help family. Some of you would like to buy a house. Maybe would like to buy a motorcycle, yeah, and to make some business or whatever. That's a good goals or a good motivation. But however, to work on the cruise ship, it's not easy. Is that correct? Yeah, you have to study hard. You have to spend your time. You have to spend your money. You have to invest your energy, your any kinds of resources. Because as we know that to get something bigger, we have to sacrifice some little things. Okay, so today we will talk more about the hospitality industry, about hotel, about the cruise ship, how is the process, what are the jobs available, and what is the benefit, what is the difficulty or the challenge that you will find once you work on the cruise ship. And today we will have a special guest. He has a lot of experience working on the cruise ship and his sharing will be very beneficial, will be very helpful to all of you that would like to start your career in this industry. So, to our special guest, Mr. Gilang, can you please join us? Can you give applause, please? Right, Mr. Gilang, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you.
Yeah, so good afternoon. It's a great pleasure to have you here to have some small discussion with our students.
Thank you.
So actually the topic or discussion is about the job on the cruise ship or hospitality industry.
Yes.
And as far as I know, that you have a lot of experience working overseas,
Yes.
at hotel, and also the cruise ship itself. But our students are curious. How did you start, or when did you start your career? Can you please tell us a little bit from the time you begin your career in this industry, please?
Thank you very much. Before I start to explain, can I greet for
Oh,
the
certainly,
student?
please.
Good afternoon, guys. How are you today? All right. I want somebody raise the hand. One of the person introduction with complete information of you, and I will give you some present in the end of the event. But you need to raise your hand, please. Anybody there?
Okay, no problem. Please don't be shy, don't be hesitate. One of you, I don't want to point fingers. Please just be initiative.
Yeah. Please. Anybody want?
Please.
Okay. Please.
Can you please stand up?
Yes. Please stand up.
Okay.
You can start.
Alright, sir. Thank you for the opportunity given. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Gul Halim. You may call me Halim. I was born in Ramayu on 25 September 1997. I'm 27 years old. I'm originally from Indramayu, West Java, Indonesia, and I was graduated from Lpk Gia Hospitality Institute, major in hotel operation. And I have done my job training in Malaysia for 6 months in uh, room division as room attendant, shipping department. Currently, now I work with Hotel by Marriott as room attendant in housekeeping department. That's all about myself. Thank you for your attention.
Okay,
Big applause.
excellent. Please give applause.
Okay. That's the good point. So, Mr. Lam, thank you for the opportunity.
It's my pleasure.
I will try to explain a little bit about myself. My name is Gilang. You can call me Gil. So the question is about when I start about this career.
Okay.
Actually, to be honest, I never planned to work in the hospitality industry because my graduate from vocational high school is automotive. It's not really concerned or it's not really related with the hospitality industry. But somehow, our destiny we never know.
Okay.
One of my friend that time is explain about this kind of industry. You know, when I work in one of the company that is called Indomaret, yeah, and then he told me, Gil, why you don't try to learn or to study in one of the institution that time that is learn about the hotel. And then I just like curious about his conversation. So where is the address? I said. And he pointing the address is in Cihampelas that time. So I visit the place and then I talk with the guy and then he tell me a lot of things that you need to stay for the study for 3 months. And again, after I have all the information,
Right.
I decide to resign from my job.
From Indomaret.
From Indomaret, correct. So that is start on 2024, 20 to 2004.
All right.
2004. So that's mean it's 20 years ago.
So, and also I heard that beside working in Indomaret as a sales staff or
Yes.
Shopkeeper or something, I heard that you also have experience as a sales for like vacuum cleaner product.
Correct. That is
Right.
kind of like, to be honest, when I graduate from vocational high school, I never work in the one of the company like a factory or something.
Okay.
And then to make my financial support, I do whatever the job, and then that time I just found the flyer, and then the flyer said it is an opportunity to become a marketing.
Okay.
So when we think marketing is kind of like a good name, right? So I never know that it's like a direct selling, door to door. So this is one thing that I said, okay, I have to, I have to stand up for myself. So
Okay.
I apply for this job and I become a sales door to door for the vacuum cleaner. That is before the Indomaret actually.
Okay.
So I doing the marketing thing is for like 6 months maybe after, because I graduate 2003. So that's mean in July I start to work here, and January 2004 that I start with the Indomaret.
Right. And did you learn something, or what did you get, or
Yes.
did you learn, or did you experience from your position as sales marketing staff? Did you
Correct.
improve your confidence, maybe, or something?
Yes, that is a good question, Mr. Lam. Because this is the time that I try to talk with the public actually.
Okay.
Because to be honest, when we go to customer, when we go to one of the house,
Right.
you have to knock the door, and then we have to talk properly, you know. We have to talk polite. We have to excuse to come inside the house. And then, you know, this kind of lesson we never have in the school. We never have like go for like in the high school, because this is kind of like the attitude. This is kind of like a character that we need to say something when we are have a mistaken, and then we have to apologize to be, of course,
Okay.
when it's a, when somebody is like disturbing, feel disturbing. So marketing is one of the good lesson for myself, that I have a good confidence to talk with new people. Like I knock the door and then I say, "Excuse me, madam. Good morning. I'm from the PT Anugerah Cipta Karya. That is, we want to introduce our product, blah blah blah." And then suddenly, when we have a good intonation, when we have a good communicate, they will allow us to come inside. They will give us the chance to say something about the product. At least we know the standard. I mean, we don't sell right away. We have to do the like demonstration first, right? We clean the carpet. We also clean the sofa or the spring bed. So everything, like we have to follow the step of the direct selling.
Okay.
This is one of the very good lesson for myself, to be honest. Yeah. So for all those here, the student, I hope you can also learn that you have to make the uh, etiquette. You have to have the etiquette to talk with somebody. Yeah. Maybe every single culture in Indonesia, even though we have a lot of kind of a culture, but the main point is all Indonesian people is good attitude.
So did you do that job for a couple months or couple years?
6 months almost.
For 6
Yes,
months.
around July to December.
Right.
Yes.
Then after that, you finish your working as a sales marketing in that company.
Yes,
And then you work in Indomaret for
a years.
1 year.
Yeah.
And then what did you do next?
When I have the information that is my friend told me, I direct make my resignation letter.
Right.
Yeah, I sent to my supervisor, and then I said, "Sir, I'm sorry. I think this is my last day. I will continue to study in this school to learn about the hotel." I said.
Okay.
And then yes, 2005, I start to learn, and then we have the 3-month class, January to March, and my teacher told me, "Gil, if you want to improve your English, you can do the job training to Singapore."
So you did your job training in Singapore.
Correct. I done my job training in Singapore. So this kind of opportunity, actually, that time we still have a cooperation with the one of the school in Bandung is Atripa.
Right.
So Atripa is one of the diplomatry school. So because maybe my teacher have a cooperation with the school, and then he can just put some of our students to do the
Alright.
interview, something like that. So while waiting for the work in, I mean, job training in Singapore, I also have 3 months job training with Papandayan Hotel
In Bandung.
in Bandung. So I have to wait April, May, June, at least 3 months. And on July, I fly to Singapore for my job training.
So it was your first time going overseas.
Correct. This is my very first time.
Right. So is it a 5-star hotel, 4-star hotel, or just like a restaurant?
Yes, this is one of the expectation. Yeah, everybody want to go to the hotel, but
Okay.
in Singapore, it's very hard to get the hotel because the opportunity is very tight. Yeah, with all the diplomatry, and then with all the school.
Right.
So I have the opportunity to do my job training in Rentai restaurant, in a Thai restaurant. The name is Rentai Clarke Quay because
Right.
the place of the area is Clarke Quay. So the name of the restaurant is Rentai.
So you work in the restaurant,
I do. Yes.
Thai restaurant.
Thai restaurant.
Did you find any difficulty when the first time you work overseas?
Yes, of course. My English is very bad.
Okay.
I have not really speak English like now, you know. I use like a Sundanese accent.
Right.
I go to the guest and then I just like, sir, order, sir. Patay good, sir. Patay good. Tom yum good. Something like that.
Okay.
It's very hard to say because I just like one guy, you know, from Bandung, and then I'm lucky to pass the interview, go to Singapore, and then my English is just like very basic. I just have maybe a little confident to speak, and then day by day I listen, they speak. I listen my coworker to communicate, and then I learn a lot.
Right.
That is very much experience that I'm very proud of myself. I can visit Singapore 2005.
So
Correct.
what are some benefit that you got from Singapore beside that, of course, improving your English?
Yes, this is one of the also financial benefit. Yeah, because we all know in our country a lot of people for job training in hotel is just like they got the certification. But in Singapore, at least we have allowance.
Oh, allowance.
Yes, the allowance is not very big like for the staff, but at least if I compare, that time 2005, I get around 3 million rupiah.
At that time.
And that time,
It was in 2005.
Five. Yes, 3 million rupiah is
That's
only
quite-
for allowance.
Is it a per month?
It's a per month.
Okay.
But I also have additional for the tips, of course, because the tips is from the guests, so that is like by hand.
Right.
So I can collect by myself also. So I think that is awesome for me.
What about the guests? The guests in Singapore, are they mostly Singaporean or maybe Western people?
I'm so lucky, you know, the area of the restaurant is just like side by side with the Hooters bar.
Okay.
So this is one of the river, like the Clarke Quay is one of the tourism place in Singapore, and if you use the boat, it can pass to Marina Bay.
Wow.
It's very
So
close to.
it's really strategic
Yes,
place.
very strategic place, close to Marina Bay, close with Marlion. So my place is kind of like crowded in the evening, yeah, especially in the summertime. Everybody very sexy, yeah.
Okay.
So I have a good view there.
So what is the best thing
Yes.
that you experienced during your time in Singapore? What's the best part?
So the best part in Singapore, first, of course, that is I learned a lot of English there. Second one, I also earn money
Okay.
because I really collect my money and then I put for my last day.
Okay.
So-
So you didn't spend your
I
money.
didn't spend at all because my restaurant give me the meal, and also the agency, they also provide the place for stay, and the tips I use for buy some grocery.
Okay.
So the salary I just keep in my pocket, and then I keep until end of my month in my contract.
All right.
So 6 months at least, if I compare 3 times 6, so this means is 18.
18 million.
18 million.
At the time,
At that time,
quite
it's a
big,
very
yeah?
big.
It's very
Correct. Yeah.
big. Okay. All right. Then you did your job training in Singapore for 6 months, and then you went back to Indonesia for sure.
Yes.
Then what did you do after that?
So, you know, we have expectation.
Okay.
We always have expectation that back in from Singapore, I want to apply to the hotel. But when I arrived in Bandung, I try my best to find some relation to apply the job in hotel, but it's not easy. A lot of hotel in Bandung also they not really open the vacancy, you know. So I have to patient to wait, you know. And I try to apply the job in one of the small restaurant in Bandung.
Okay.
That is Sapulidi. Yeah. That time I met with Roy
Oh, that's
in Ciamplas.
Ciamplas.
Ciamplas,
Oh, yeah,
we have
right.
Sapulidi, but
Okay.
they opened the new branch in Supratman. So I go to the new branch in Supratman. So I doing the job, you know, like similar, but of course with the very low payment. Yeah, it's not really UMR. It's not.
Okay.
It's lower than UMR. But I try. Just I want to not stay in home. You know, I just want to meet with people. I want to communicate with people and then make some more relation
And get money for sure.
and get money, as for sure. Yeah. uh, for almost 3 months, I work in Sapulidi and continue work again in BIP. Yeah, if you know, one of the food court is a rice bowl. So I work in the rice bowl. I know the Oriental food there. I learn a lot. And suddenly, one of the guests is work with Novotel Bandung.
Right.
Because that time Novotel Bandung is just start pre-opening. And then I talk with the guest because I see the brand is the Novotel, and then the guest is the marketing manager. Yeah, it's a lady actually. And then I talk with the lady. I said, "Is that possible? I apply to Novotel?" I said, "Of course." And she really support me.
Okay.
If you want to apply, you just have to direct go with your application, and then I give you my business card. Just tell that you know from me.
Okay.
The security will allow you to come inside, and then you talk with the human resource. So that is the point about the communication, guys. When you talk with somebody and then the information is there, can you imagine if I just keep silent? I don't talk with the guest. Maybe she doesn't want to give me the information.
So there is no opportunity then.
There's no opportunity then.
Okay.
So because I asking, because I find the information, and then she just direct me, something like that.
So then after she gave you information, did you
Yes.
Send your application with online or?
I direct go to the hotel.
Oh, you flew
Walk in,
to Bali?
Yeah, I walk in interview. No, I mean still in Bandung.
Oh, still in Bandung.
Still in Bandung.
Okay.
So this is the time before go to Bali. Novotel Bandung is open 2007. I go to security and then I said, "Sir, I have an appointment with the human resource." I said, but actually that time I don't have any appointment, but because I have the business card of her, so I just tell that I have appointment. Oh, okay, I will escort you to human resource. And you know what? The human resource was surprised because
Okay.
he don't have any appointment that time.
Right.
I just come like pretend, you know. I'm sorry, I don't have any appointment today. And then when I face to face with him, and I tell the real thing, I said, "Sir, to be honest, yes, I don't have appointment with you, but since my one of my guests is working here and her name is this lady, so I just want to try to do the interview with you."
Okay.
So that is kind of like a scenario. Yeah, I just have to find my own scenario because I want to facing with him, of course. If I just put in security, maybe we never know is the application go to the human resource or not. So that time I just find how to meet with and he do the interview for just only 2 minutes. Yeah. Okay, tell me about yourself. And then I talk. I work in Singapore before, blah blah blah. And then he said, "Okay, I think I can hire you become a banquet waiter. So as a daily worker, for 3 months I work as a banquet waiter in Novotel Bandung."
All right. So to our beloved students, yeah, that's a great lesson from Mr. Gilang about if you really want to work or if you really want to make your career in hospitality industry, whether it's hotel, restaurant, bar, coffee shop, especially the cruise ship, you have to make sure that you are proactive. Yeah, what does it mean being proactive, you have to talk to the guests. You have to get to know them, right? Asking their name, their family, probably their hobbies. So try to engage with them. So at the end, you will have some like connection with the guests. And we never know, there will be some good opportunity comes ahead
Correct.
after this good conversation. Rather than just like being passive, just doing the job as you have to do. No, because working in hospitality industry, you deal with the people. So when you deal with the people, it means that communication, engagement,
Yes.
yeah, keep in touch. That's one of the most important part in this industry. Right, and then let's go back to Mr. Gilang. After you finally work at Novotel Bari for how long?
Yes. So Novotel Bandung gave me opportunity for 3 months,
Right.
and then before I promote become a staff, the human resource over me. If you want to become a staff and you want to try, you can go to NHI. There is an opportunity. Novotel Nusa Dua is going to open in Bali.
All right.
So I also have to competition with the NHI student, and I pass also the interview. So start from 2007 until 2008 maybe or 2009 early, I stay in Bali, in Novotel Nusa Dua.
So the total is for about
Around 2 years.
around 2 years.
Around 2 years.
Wow, that's quite long.
Yes, around 2 years.
Wow, so you know quite good about Bali, yeah?
Correct, correct. So this is a good opportunity. You know, you can. Sometimes I also
Yeah.
guide one of the guests.
Yes.
Yeah, and in Bali is I improve a lot of my English also because a lot of guests from Western people.
Right.
So this is a good opportunity. Yeah.
How about you guys? Have you guys ever been to Bali before?
Anybody
Yeah.
been to Bali? No, never.
Okay, maybe
Someday, yeah?
Maybe someday, yeah.
Okay, good.
All right, and then you also have experience working with some cruise line. And
Correct.
my question is, when was the first time you started your career in the cruise line industry?
So after from Novotel Nusa Dua, I have a lot of friends, especially from NHI. A lot of my friends is from Diplomat 3 NHI. And then they give me some information also about the job fair in NHI. And when I do my annual leave, I back to
Right.
Bandung. And the job fair is began in NHI. I visit the NHI and I interview with the Sumber Bakat Insani. That is one of the official agency for Holland America Line.
Where is it located?
That time, the address of the office is in General Sudirman, Jakarta. But
Jakarta, right.
I have my the pre-screening is in Setiabudi, in Bandung.
All right.
Yeah. So 2009, of course, Sumber Bakat Insani is require us to have some current. Yeah, you know, you have to study first in one of the class for 2 months, and then I learned about the Holland America Line there, about the English, everything there. And my first contract with Holland America Line is in 2009 on August, I think.
Right.
Yes, that is my first contract with MS Westerdam. Yeah, I go to Alaska, and then when it's the summertime, we go to Caribbean. This is a good itinerary because it's 7 days cruise. Yeah. So
So where did you join the ship in the first time?
in the first time I joined in San Diego.
In San Diego,
San Diego,
California.
yeah.
Right.
I visit Vancouver, yeah, Victoria. So it was very excited. I'm very excited because this is the first time that I go to USA. And of course, even, you know, the guest is very old, yeah, but everybody speak English there, and then I can learn more about English. I have to confident about my language also. And suddenly my ear is become adjusted, everything.
Okay, great. So when the first time you start your career in the cruise line industry, what was your position?
My position is a Lido steward. Yeah, Lido steward is kind of like a buffet attendant. If similar in our country is kind of like a buffet attendant. So we work in the buffet area. That is, the guests can order direct,
Right.
like a self-service. So the guest can just come to the counter and then order the omelette, order the pizza, the burger, salad, yeah, and all the main course is all in the buffet. So that is a leader steward. After around maybe 6 months, I work because that time the contract is 10 months.
10 months.
Yes. 6 months, I learned about the leader steward and they give me opportunity to training to the dining room. So the
Okay.
dining room is everybody want to promote it here. So the system is kind of like easy because from leader steward, from the buffet attendant, we direct to become a assistant waiter. In Holland America Line, we call assistant dining steward.
Right.
So I doing almost 7 months maybe work in the leader steward. So the rest of the 2 months, my contract before over, I have my work in assistant waiter.
Oh, that's great.
It's a good one.
Anyway, you can also.
Yes, thank you very
have
much.
some drink. All right. As for your information to our students, so Mr. Gil mentioned before about Lido and also dining room.
Yes.
So those are actually part of the outlet in food and beverage service departments. However, the Lido is like casual restaurants, which the concept is we just display the food on the buffet.
Correct.
Yes, and then the guests just serve by themselves.
Yes.
So our job, if you are assigned to work in the Lido restaurants, you just like clear up dirty dishes, like set up the table with a simple setup, polishing chinaware, silverware, glassware, or maybe folding the cutleries with the napkin, or you are in charge to clean the coffee stations. So that's not really a hard job to do.
Correct.
However, if you work in the dining room is a fine dining restaurants. So means that the concept, the atmosphere, the interior, the service, it has to be more formal and more elegant. And also the setup. The table setup, it has to be complete with a lot of restaurant equipments.
Yes.
It's different, the setup in the Lido and the setup in the dining room. Right? That's for your information.
Correct.
So after that, how many years did you work with Holland America Line?
Yes. Holland America Line, I think everybody knows. Most of the employees from Indonesia.
Okay.
And most of people also working in Holland America Line, they satisfied, yeah. They want to stay long.
Right.
So, but that time, I have only 4 contracts.
4 contracts.
Around 4 years, I work with 4 type of the ship, different ship, yeah. So after finish, and I back home, and I have some opportunity that is one of information that I can work in the land base as well, something like that. So again, after back from the land base, I also have opportunity interview with the Royal Caribbean, and I passed the interview with Royal Caribbean, but I'm still working with the Ritz-Carlton that time. So I still compare that is a Ritz-Carlton or Royal Caribbean, so I stay in Ritz-Carlton.
Okay.
So I skip the Royal Caribbean. But I have some experience how to pass the interview with Royal Caribbean.
So you've done many different types of interview with
Yes,
different companies.
Correct.
Okay. So working with the cruise ship, especially Holland America Line, for about 4 years.
Yes.
What is the best part in that experience?
The best part working, of course, everybody will say this is kind of like a financial support. You know, the salary is interested because I also, I have to support my family, my
Right.
mom, my father, my brother. So 4 years, to be honest, I can buy my own house, and then also I have my own car at that time, and experiences that we never found in Indonesia, in our country, that we can visit a lot of country.
Okay.
We can learn a lot of culture, like a different country, different place. I can visit Hawaii, I can visit Mediterranean, yeah, Baltic, and then also the most beautiful country is Norwegia. Yeah, we go to Norwegia. That is one place that is when you learn in geography, is one city in Norway is never dark. The sun is never go down. I also visit that place. The name is Honningspan.
That's
So
interesting.
Honningspan is like always have a sun. So it's always bright.
Okay.
Even it's 2 o'clock in the morning, it's still like in the afternoon. That is interesting for me. Yeah.
I hope that you will have opportunity someday to see
Correct.
that place. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice, very nice.
So once in a lifetime experience.
A lot
Okay,
of things.
Great. And yeah, I believe that you've got a lot of things in terms of financial and also experience with after you work with the Holland America Line for about 4 years.
Correct.
And I also heard that you have some experience working on land base, but outside of Indonesia. Can you tell us a little bit?
Yes, land base. The differences, working in land base and the cruise ship. If I compare, cruise ship is one of the lesson for us how to working hard, how to discipline. You never come late to your workplace, and then you always groom. Even maybe you have to save everything like every day, something like that. You have to groom in front of the guest.
Okay.
So when I done 4 years in Holland America Line, one of my friend that is asked me or give me some information to work in Australia. Of course, this is one of the good opportunity for myself, and I don't want to decline his offer. So Australia is the one that I have very interesting also experience. Of course, after I have my own mentality in the cruise ship. If you visit one country, you have to be adjust with the people. You have to right away with the people because the job is there. You work with the Western people. You work with the Aussie guy. So it's not easy with the language. It's not easy also with the culture. So you have to be ready for that. So in Australia, a lot of work is a labor job.
Right.
Yeah, labor job. But of course, it's still using English in the workplace. So I work around maybe 3 years in Australia, and then a lot of experience that I work in the different factory, a different farm. So this is one of the excited. Yeah.
In which city did you work at the time?
Most of the time I stay in Adelaide,
Adelaide.
in South Australia.
Okay.
Yes.
Is it quite far from Melbourne?
If you drive 12 hours,
Just
but
12
if you
hours.
go with flight, only 1 hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I heard that you also you bought or collect some car when you are in Australia.
Correct,
Is that
correct.
right?
This is kind of like a different culture in Indonesia,
Okay.
because vehicle or car is not really fancy thing, because car is very cheap there. If you want to buy some old car, like maybe 10 years ago, yeah, for the year of the build,
Okay.
so you just like need to buy the car with the 1 week salary. So
Wow.
1 week salary, you can buy one car. This is one of the different culture in my country,
So
in Indonesia.
if you work for 20 weeks, you can buy
20
20
cars.
cars. Yeah, that's interesting.
Interesting, very interesting.
And it's
Yeah.
not boom boom car, eh? It's a
Yeah.
real car.
It's a real car, yes.
Okay, great. And you work in Australia for about 3 years.
Yes, 3.5, something like that.
And I heard from a lot of people that working in Australia is interesting, have
Yes.
a good life, good financial. But what makes you finally decided to come back to Indonesia?
Correct. After 3.5 years, of course, we will miss our own country. Even though, of course, when it's compared with the salary in Australia, it's kind of like very appreciated. Yeah. But in my mind, I also think about until when I said I have to stay in overseas. So I have experience in the cruise ship. I go to the land base. I think this is the time that I close with my family. And then I want to close also with my parents.
Okay.
And also in the other point, I want to make my experience is I can share to everyone. I can to I can to I can explain to somebody that needed, like young people in Bandung. So that is the point. I back to my country as well.
All right.
Yes.
Do you also have other experience working online based aside Australia?
Yes, but I think this kind. I mean, when I visit some another country, you
Okay.
know, I learn about how to get the lawfully work right there.
Okay.
So because I try to make the relation with one of my friend, and then I go to Japan. I have one experience that I got like a year's visa to visit Japan. So I know that is a lot of people also from Indonesia. They work in Japan. So I try to work in Japan, and then also another relation that one of my friends is work in South Korea. So I work in South Korea as well. So this is kind of like a opportunity is there when you have a good relation with someone. So that's why to all the students here, just try to make a lot of relation. Open all the door. Make a friend. Make some friend with new people. Of course, you have to filter. If there is a negative, you don't need to follow. If there is there positive, so you can learn from him. That is my point. You have to know which one is negative, which one is positive. Don't mix, because in the end, you don't have the line. So you have to have your own line. Yeah. Somebody may be drunken master, so you don't become a drunken master because you have your own line, something like that. But you can become a friend with him, but you have to have your own line, something like that.
Okay. And yeah, that's interesting. And uh, do you have some advice to our students, especially because they just want to make a career in
Correct.
this industry?
Correct.
They don't really know about hotel. They don't really know about the cruise ship. They are curious. How was the process? How is the process to work on the cruise ship? What they have to do?
Okay. The process, of course, you have to speak English. This is the number one. That is starting now. You have to learn from any device, yeah, social media, movie, maybe talk with someone, something like that. A lot of listening, and then, of course, you have to know about the hotelier. You have to work in hotel, because cruise ship is a floating hotel. So this means the hotel is float in the sea or river. So you have to learn about the hotel industry. You have to know all the department in hotel. Housekeeping, food and beverage, front office, engineer, yeah, a lot of department in hotel. Even your specialty maybe in the kitchen, you have to know also housekeeping. You have to know also food and beverage, because we never know the opportunity in front of you. We never know. So this is the time that you have to learn a lot. And the document that you have to provide, yeah, you have to make your own passport, and then you have to follow the Maritime Center for the basic safety training, and then you have to make your own seaman book. Yeah, you have security awareness training for your certification, and also you have to make your crowd of the critical management. Is all you have to create in the Maritime Center. Yeah, a lot of Maritime Center in Indonesia. So opportunity is there. You can just visit the agency, of course, the trust agency, and then do the interview, and let the agency decide,
All right.
something like that.
So that's a good information to all of you, our students.
Yes.
Yeah. The opportunity is always there, and the process will never betray the result. I mean, if you study hard, if you work hard to pursue your
Correct.
dreams, then your dreams will come true. Well, we never say that the process is easy,
Yes.
that the process is simple, but if you believe with your goals, with your dreams, your commitment with yourself, you work hard, you study hard, God will help you.
Correct.
Your family will help you.
Correct.
Maybe you need some tears. Maybe you need some sacrifice. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe you have to sell something to get the money for making the documents. But once you work on the cruise ships, or maybe you work overseas, you get the money, and by having that money, you can help your family, and you can also help other people, right?
Yes.
So I believe and I hope that his advice, his experience will boost, yeah, your spirit, your motivation.
Yes.
So then if Mr. Gilang can do that, so why I cannot do that? Yeah, it's just about the time.
Yes.
So before it was his turn, and next it will be your turn.
Correct.
Are you agree with that? Okay, all right. So after having so many experience in the hospitality industry, either it's cruise line and also the land base, we are curious. What is your current activity?
Yes, my current activity actually now I opened the education center. It's a Lpk Gia Hospitality Institute Bandung. So now we built this education center is almost 3 years. We
Okay.
start from 2021, and currently I'm still active also with the one of the fleet from Switzerland. That is a river cruise.
Oh, river cruise.
Yes, it's a Viking river cruise. But my contract is kind of like a flexible because in Europe, we only have contract when it's a summertime. Because Europe is kind of like have a long winter. The winter start from November until March.
So it's about 4 months then.
It's about 4 months or 5 months, something like that. It's very cold when it's a winter in Europe, and it's all the river is also freeze. Yeah, so the ship cannot move.
Okay.
So we have to stop the season. So that's why this time perhaps maybe my contract will begin in June or July. We never know. I'm still wait for the decision of the Switzerland. That is a Viking River will give me the new contracts for this summer or not. We never knows. Yeah. So, but now I want to concentrate with this business, with education center, and also I want to make this business is growing and create more people success, something like that.
Okay, that's great. I think we've got a lot of information from Mr. Gilang, and I don't want to take all the questions.
Yes.
So I will give some opportunity to all of you guys as our students to give some questions. You can ask anything you want to ask, yeah, and especially if it is related with his experience.
Correct.
So this time, I will give to you. Who will be the first person to ask? You can raise your hand. All right, I give the first opportunity to Mr. Akbar.
Okay.
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
So what is your favorite destination? Where's your walk on the ship?
Favorite destination in the cruise ship? This is a good question, yeah, because I think everybody have their own favorite destination. I like cold area. I like a cold area. In the ocean cruise, actually, I love Alaska.
Okay, Alaska.
Yes, Alaska is like even is in summertime. You know, we still have some very chill area. Still have snow there. So this the one that I still the most favorite is Alaska. So number two, I think if I compare, I mean if I go to Europe, Barcelona is still the number two.
Oh, you've been to Barcelona.
I've been to Barcelona. It's a
Yes.
nice one. You know, we can explore the new camp, the soccer field. Yeah, a very nice place there. And then the area of the shopping center also is a good one in Barcelona. And a lot of people there is fashionable.
Okay.
If I go to Asia, of course, I think everybody will say Japan.
Oh, Japan.
Japan.
Why is Japan?
Japan is the third one because first, I learned from the discipline. A lot of people in Japan is disciplined about the small thing. Even when you go to the mini mart, you have to queue in the cashier. Even as a little kid,
Yeah.
they always queue.
Queue means making a line.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have to making a line. You have to stay on the line. You cannot jump to the line, and that is a good discipline. And all the area in Japan is looks like in the anime. You know, all the area is clean, no trash. Yeah. Even maybe some of the people they think negative about Japan because a lot of the blue movie, but I don't think about that. Yeah. But I think about the discipline. It's a good one.
But now the blue movie is not really as many as before yet.
Of course,
Because the movie star already moved here.
Yes, yes. The
Mr.
movie
Haris,
star is
yeah.
already
It's already
working in here.
working
Yeah? Mr. Haris, yeah?
Mr. Haris.
Mr.
Yeah.
Haris.
All right. Talking about Alaska, and as far as I know, there are some good places in Alaska
Correct,
like
correct.
Juneau, Ketchikan, Sitka, and Courage.
Yes.
Which one do you choose?
I like Ketchikan.
Ketchikan.
Ketchikan. Ketchikan is one of the famous place in Alaska. We still can visit the little river there
Okay.
with a lot of salmon.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
you can imagine in our country salmon is expensive. Right?
Yeah.
In Alaska, they just swim.
And can we catch the salmon?
No,
No,
it's
we're
not
not allowed to
prohibited.
catch the salmon?
It's forbidden. So you have to just leave it there in the nature. Yeah. So nice place. in
Okay,
Ketchikan.
that's great.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for asking questions,
Thank you, Mr.
Akbar,
Akbar.
yeah.
Thank you.
And I will give the second opportunity to who? Mr. Shahrul, please.
Please, Mr. Sarul.
Can you please share uh, can you please share your best experience when you worked on the cruise ship?
The best experience when I work in the cruise ship. Okay. This is also a lot of things. Of course, everybody have their own experience. But if you say that is the best experience, I think this is, I can say when we have a good relation with the guests. When the relation is not over in the workplace, you know, the relation is kind of like become a continue and then become like a family. Even until now, we still communicate like, Gail, how are you? Something like that, even though it's on social media only. So this is the way how we make them satisfied, how we make them with the good conversation. So if the best experience is connect with the guests. Number two is the tip. When we have a good tip, yeah, because money is always there. Yeah? Number one,
Right.
So that is the thing.
Yes, that's great. And that's also good advice for all of you. To have a good tips, you have to make a good service. You have to give good service to the guests.
Correct.
How do we give the good service? It's not just like cleaning the guest room properly. It's not just about serving the food and drinks to the guests, but there will be a conversation
Yes.
with the guest. Yeah. So when the guest feels like that there is no such a border between you and the guest, and you become my friends or family, they will not really think about the spending money or $50, $100. They will not really think about it. Yeah, because they are already happy. They think that you are their friends or their family. Okay?
Correct.
And if you really want to make your career in this industry, you have to love your job. You have to love it. If you don't love your job as a server, as a cleaner, as florist, gardener, whatever it is, the job will be very tough. But if you love your job, you love talking with the people, you love to make and to see the people happy and satisfied, you will never feel that you are in a workplace. You just feel that, oh, I'm playing. I'm just having conversation. It's not really like a job. So you don't feel that I'm tired. No. Yeah. But if you don't love your job, of course you will feel tired. But if you love it, then everything will be paid at the end. Okay? All right. That's a nice question from Mr. Shahrul.
Thank you.
Next, who will going to ask? Okay, Mr. Ilham. I'll give the opportunity to Mr. Ilham.
Thank you.
Do you have some bad experience when you work in cruise ship?
Okay, yeah.
So it's opposite.
Opposite. Yeah.
Opposite, yeah. Of course, some people, they not really enjoy with the feel of the rough sea. Even this is happened to me. You know, my body, even I'm tall, but when I have little shaking in my stomach, I have to feel like ill. And then I also kind of like a headache, something like that. This is one of the, you have to very tough with your condition, yeah? That's why last time we try to exercise to Saparua. This the one to make yourself exercise your body. You have to be ready with your physically. So I don't like it when it's a rough sea actually. But of course in the ocean it's not really often. Yeah, it's all very rare. Maybe when you crossing or when you are in the big ocean, so do you feel some rough sea. But it's very rare. It's not really often. And then the bad experience, I think, when you miss your family. This is kind of also is your homesick. Yeah, what I mean is not bad experience that is something that you create, but this is kind of like your feel. So you have to manage